You won't believe the dark secrets hiding behind a seemingly perfect family's smile, but the truth is far more shocking. Beneath the glossy videos and happy posts, this girl has uncovered a nightmare: her parents' cruelty, manipulation, and lies that threaten to tear their entire online image apart. In this story, you'll see how one brave girl secretly recorded everything, exposing the lies that kept her trapped in silence. And wait, what she discovers will change everything you thought you knew about appearances versus reality. You won't want to miss the jaw-dropping moments that reveal the family's true face and the fight for justice that follows. If you've ever suspected that perfection is a mask, this story will hit close to home. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from, because this is a story you won't forget. Hit that like button if you believe in truth and courage, that sometimes the biggest secrets are hidden in plain sight. Stay tuned, because what happens next will shock you even more. I wake up in my small room. The walls are painted light blue. The sun shines through the window. Everything looks happy. But I know the truth. I know behind the smile, something is wrong. Today is a special day. My family is filming another video. They make videos for people to watch online. Everyone thinks we are a perfect family, but I know better. I sit on my bed and look around. My clothes are comfortable and a little big. I like quiet days. I listen for sounds downstairs. My mother is probably preparing snacks. My little brother Sam is still sleeping. He is only 6 years old. He looks very small and soft. Suddenly, I hear my mother. She is yelling at someone, not loud, but harsh. I am scared. I quietly move closer to my door. I want to listen. I peek out and hear her say, "Do it again. Faster. No mistakes." I know what she means. My family is filming a video now. My mother wants us all to look happy. She wants everyone to think we are a perfect family. But I can tell she is angry. I am afraid she might get even meaner. I look at my phone. I want to see what's happening. I secretly turn it on and turn on the voice recorder. I press record. This is my secret. I want to remember what she says. I want to learn the truth. I hear her shout, "Smile, smile. We need to look perfect." She is pretending to be nice, but I see her eyes. They are cold. She doesn't really love us when she is like this. I think about my brother. He is still sleeping. I worry about him. Sometimes my mother gets very angry with him too. When she yells, Sam hides under his blanket. I want to help him, but I can't stop her alone. I put my phone away. I want to protect my brother. I want us to be safe, but I feel so small. I feel like nobody can hear us. I remember a story I heard once. It was about a girl who was brave. She told the truth and made things better. I want to be brave too, but I am scared. What if my mother gets even angrier? I stand quietly by the door. I hear my mother saying, "Good, that's enough for today. We will film more tomorrow." Her voice is soft now, but I know she is still angry inside. I quietly go back to my bed. I look at my phone again. I see the recordings I made. They are like small secret treasures. I think about showing them to someone who can help, but I worry. What if they don't believe me? Or what if my mother finds out? I hold my brother's teddy bear. It helps me feel a little safer. I close my eyes and think, maybe someday I will tell the truth. Maybe I will show the world what is really happening. I want everyone to see what my family is really like. But for now, I keep quiet. I hide my recordings. I watch and wait. I want to be brave like the girl in the story. I want to find a way to make things better. The day goes on. I listen carefully. I stay quiet. I pretend to be happy in the videos. But inside, I am thinking about how to be brave, how to save my brother, how to stop the lies. The perfect family mask hides a lot of pain. But I know the truth, and one day I will share it with the world. I will show everyone what is really happening behind the scenes. For now, I wait and listen. I keep my secret safe. I hope that someday the truth will set us free. And that is the end of my first day. The day I saw the truth. The day I began to find my courage. The day I learned that even in darkness, there can be a small spark of hope. Tomorrow is another day. I will be ready. I will find my voice. I will tell the world what my family really is, because I believe that truth is the only way to be free, and I will be brave, just like the girl in the story. It was the morning after I secretly recorded my mother yelling at me when no one was looking. I sat quietly in my small room, holding my phone. I looked at the recordings I had made. I wanted to send them to someone who could help, but I was also afraid. What if they didn't believe me? Or what if my parents found out? I took a deep breath. I knew I had to be brave. I couldn't keep silent forever. Outside my door, I heard my little brother Sam crying softly. My heart hurt. Sam is only 6 years old. He is kind and quiet. But sometimes, Mom gets very angry with him, and he gets scared. I wish I could protect him from everything. I got up and tiptoed to his door. I peeked inside. Sam was sitting on his bed, hugging his favorite toy. His face was wet with tears. "Sam," I whispered, kneeling beside him. "It's okay. I'm here." He looked at me with big, sad eyes. "Mom yelled at me again," he said softly. "She made me do my homework 100 times. I don't want to do it anymore." I hugged him gently. "I know, Sam. Sometimes she gets really upset. But I promise, I will do something. I will find a way to make it better." Just then, I heard footsteps coming down the hall. I quickly wiped my eyes and looked normal. My mom entered the room, smiling the perfect smile she always wore in front of the camera. But I saw her eyes. They were sharp, like she was watching me very closely. "Time for breakfast," she said brightly. "Come on, everyone." I nodded and helped Sam get up. We went to the kitchen. The table was set with cereal and toast. Mom sat at the head of the table. Dad was there too, reading his phone. My little brother sat quietly, still upset. As we ate, I felt a strange mix of feelings. Part of me wanted to hide everything. Part of me wanted to scream. But I knew I had a secret. I had recordings. I had proof. After breakfast, I looked around the house. It seemed normal on the outside, but I knew better. I knew the truth was hidden behind smiles and camera lights. Later, I went to my closet. I kept my phone inside a small box hidden behind my clothes. That's where I kept my recordings. I had to be careful. My parents didn't know I was recording. If they found out, I might get into big trouble. I thought about who I could trust. Maybe my friend Lily. She always listens and believes me. Or maybe I could talk to someone outside the family, like an adult who would understand. I decided I need to be brave. I need to find a safe way to show what really happens here. I can't keep hiding. I want the world to see the real story. Not the fake smiles, not the pretend happiness. That day, I kept recording little moments. I caught my mother's angry words, my brother's tears, and even my own trembling voice when I tried to speak honestly. Each recording made me feel stronger. I was collecting pieces of the truth. At night, I sat on my bed, holding my phone. I looked at all the videos I had made. I felt nervous, but also proud. I knew I couldn't stay quiet forever. One day, I would show these recordings to the world. I would tell the truth. Before I went to sleep, I whispered to myself, "I will be brave. I will do what is right." In my heart, I knew this was only the beginning. There was still a long way to go, but I felt a small spark of hope. Maybe, just maybe, I could help change things. Maybe I could make my family see the truth. And I promised myself, no matter how scared I was, I would keep fighting for what was right. Because everyone deserves to be heard. Everyone deserves the truth. And I was going to find my voice. I woke up early the next morning. The sun was just starting to shine through the window. I looked around my small room. Everything was quiet. It felt like a normal day, but I knew it wasn't. I had made a plan. Today I would be brave. I sat up in bed and took out my small recorder. It was hidden in my pocket. I had been recording secretly for weeks. I knew I had to be careful. If my parents found out, I would get into trouble. But I also knew I could not stop now. I had to find the truth. I remember what I saw yesterday. My mother was angry again. She yelled at my brother Sam. She said mean words. She pushed him and made him cry. I felt sad and scared, but I also felt angry. I wanted to help Sam. I wanted everyone to know what my family was really like. I got out of bed and tiptoed to the living room. I saw my mother sitting on the sofa, pretending to be happy. She was smiling for the camera. She was filming a new video. She looked perfect on the outside, but I knew her secret. I knew she was angry and cruel behind the scenes. I took a deep breath. I had to do something brave. I quietly pressed record on my small device. I wanted to catch what she really said. I wanted to have proof. Just then, my father came into the room. He looked tired and sad. He saw what I was doing, and his eyes looked worried. He did not say anything. He just looked at me for a moment. I felt hope. Maybe he also wanted the truth to come out. At that moment, my little brother Sam ran into the room. He looked scared. His eyes were full of tears. I knelt down to him and hugged him gently. I whispered, "It's okay, Sam. I'm here. I will keep you safe." Sam nodded quietly. I knew I couldn't stay silent anymore. I was tired of hiding. I wanted the world to see what was really happening to us. I wanted people to know about the pain behind the pretty videos. After a while, I turned off the recorder. I looked at my family and felt a little stronger. I was not alone. I had my secret recordings. I had my voice. I decided I would share the truth soon. That day, I promised myself I would be brave enough to show everyone what was hidden behind the smiles. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I also knew that telling the truth was the right thing to do. Later that afternoon, I sat quietly in my room. I looked at the recordings I had made. I knew these were important. They showed the real story, the story of a family that looked happy outside, but was hurting inside. I took my phone and started to think about what to do next. I had to be careful. I wanted to share my recordings without getting caught. I thought about asking someone I trusted for help, someone who could listen and believe me. I remembered my friend Lisa. She was kind and always listened. I decided I would tell her everything. I told her I had something important to show her. I sent her a message saying, "Can we meet? I have something to show you." As I waited for her reply, I felt a strange mix of fear and hope. Scared of what might happen, but I also felt brave. I knew that I was doing the right thing. I was finally standing up for myself and for my brother. That night, I couldn't sleep well. My mind kept thinking about what would happen next. Would anyone believe me? Would my family get in more trouble? I didn't know, but I knew I had taken a big step. I looked at the small recorder in my hand. I whispered, "Thank you for helping me tell the truth." I promised myself I would keep fighting, no matter what. Tomorrow would be a new day, a day when I would try to show the world what really happens behind the cameras. I was tired, but determined. I was ready to be brave, and so I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and hoped for a better tomorrow. I woke up early the next day. The house was quiet. I felt tired, but also brave. I reached into my bag and looked at the recordings I had made. They were my secret. My hope was to show the truth to someone outside my family. But I had to be careful. If they found out, everything could get worse. I sat on my bed and thought about what I should do next. I knew I could not keep these recordings hidden forever. I wanted to share them with someone I trusted, maybe an adult I knew, a teacher, or an online friend. But I also worried, what if they didn't believe me? Or what if my parents found out I had recorded them? I looked at the small recorder in my hand. It was hidden in my backpack. I had been recording quietly when no one noticed. I listened to one of the recordings. It was my mother yelling at my brother. She was angry and harsh. My hands trembled a little. I remembered how scared I felt when I heard her scream. Suddenly, I heard a knock on my door. My little brother's voice called out, "Can I come in?" I quickly put my recorder away and said, "Yes, come in." Sam opened the door slowly. His face looked worried. "What are you doing?" he asked softly. "Nothing," I said, "just thinking." Sam looked at me with big, sad eyes. "Are you okay?" I nodded. "I'm okay, but I'm worried about everything." He stepped closer. "Me too. I don't like when Mom yells. It makes me scared." I felt my heart squeeze. I wanted to protect him. I wanted to stop my mom's yelling. I wanted to make everything better. but I didn't know how yet. Later that day, I took my recorder and slipped it into my pocket. I wanted to find my friend Lisa. I knew she was kind and she listened well. Maybe she could help me or tell me what to do. I went outside and found Lisa sitting under a big tree. I sat next to her and looked around. It was quiet here. No cameras, no fake smiles. Just us and the wind. "I have something to show you," I said quietly. I took out my phone and played a small quip. It was my mother yelling at my brother. Lisa watched carefully, her eyes wide. "Wow," she said softly, "that's really bad. Your mom isn't nice, is she?" "No," I whispered. "She acts nice in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, she's mean. I don't want her to hurt us anymore." Lisa nodded. "You're brave to record all this. You should show someone. People need to see what's really happening." I felt a little stronger hearing her say that. Maybe I could do it. Maybe I could share the recordings and show the truth. But I also remembered my mother's velvet voice. She always said I should keep quiet, or I would get in trouble. I knew she would be angry if she found out I was recording her. That night, I sat alone in my room. I looked at the recordings again. I knew I had to be very careful. I had to think about who I could trust. I wanted to do what was right. I wanted the world to see what really happens behind the perfect smile. Suddenly, my little brother knocked on my door again. "Can I talk to you?" he asked. "Of course," I said. He came in and sat beside me. He looked worried, but also a little brave. "I don't like when Mom yells," he said softly. "But I'm scared to say anything." "I know," I replied, "but we can be brave together. We don't have to stay quiet forever." He looked up at me and nodded. "Maybe someday we can be free. Free from the yelling, the hiding, the pretending." I held his hand. I felt tired but also hopeful. I knew I had to keep going. I had to find a way to show the world the truth, because everyone deserves to see what is real. That night, we made a small plan. I would keep recording, keep safe, and think carefully about who to trust. I promised myself I would be brave and do what's right. No matter what happens, I won't stay silent anymore. The house was quiet again. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Tomorrow could be a new day. A day to be stronger and find the courage to tell the truth. And I knew one thing for sure. I was not alone. My brother, my friend Lisa, and maybe someone else were with me. We would face this together, because the truth is powerful. And it can set us free. I sat quietly in my small room. My phone was turned off, but my mind was full of thoughts. I was thinking about everything I had recorded so far. The videos and sounds of my mother yelling, my brother crying, and the fake smiles we all showed on camera. I knew I had to do something brave. I wanted to tell the world the truth. I took a deep breath. I felt my heart beating faster. I knew this was the moment I had been waiting for. I decided I would share the recordings online. It was risky, but I could not stay silent anymore. I wanted people to see what really happens behind the camera. I opened my laptop carefully. I looked around to make sure no one was watching me. My fingers moved quickly on the keyboard. I planned what I would say. I wanted to explain that what people saw on the videos was not real, that behind the scenes, my family was hurting us. I remembered what Lisa, my friend, told me. She said, "You are brave. You are doing the right thing." Her words made me feel a little stronger. I whispered to myself, "I can do this." Before I clicked upload, I checked everything again. I made sure the videos showed the truth. I wanted the world to see the real family that was hiding behind the perfect pictures. Then I pressed the button. The videos started to upload. I felt a mix of fear and hope. I knew once they were online, everything could change. I wondered if people would believe me. Would they see the pain behind the smiles? As I waited for the videos to finish, I thought about my brother Sam. I knew he was scared too. I looked at his picture on my phone. He looked so small and sad. I wished I could protect him forever. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. There was a message from Lisa. She said, "People are watching. They are starting to believe. You did the right thing." I felt a small spark of hope inside me. Maybe this was the start of something good. but I also felt a shadow of worry. Would my parents find out? Would they get mad? I knew they might try to hurt us or stop us. Still, I told myself, it's better to be brave than to stay quiet. That night, I kept looking at my phone. More people watched the videos. Comments started to come in. Some people said, "This is terrible." Others asked, "How can a family treat children like this?" I read each comment carefully. I felt happy and scared at the same time. I knew I had opened a door that could let the truth out into the world. Later, I heard noises outside my door. My mother's voice was loud and angry. She shouted, "Who did this? Who showed everyone our secrets?" I quickly closed my laptop and hid it under my bed. I felt my stomach twist. I was afraid she would find out it was me. But I also knew I had to stay brave. I wanted her to know that I was no longer afraid to speak the truth. I looked at my brother again. His small face looked worried. I went to him and kneeled down. I whispered, "We did the right thing. We told the truth. Things will get better." He nodded slowly. He didn't say much, but I could see hope in his eyes. That night, I listened to what was happening outside. My parents were shouting. They were trying to hide their secrets, but I knew the truth was out now. Nothing could stop it. I felt tired but proud. I had taken a big step. I had shared what no one wanted to see. I had shown the world the real story of our family. Tomorrow might bring more trouble, but I was ready. I was no longer afraid of the shadows. I had the light of truth on my side. I closed my eyes and whispered, "Thank you, Lisa, for believing in me. Thank you, my brother, for being brave too. From now on, I will keep fighting for what is right." And with that, I finally allowed myself to sleep, knowing I had done something brave. I had started to break the silence. I had begun to make things better. I wake up feeling tired, but also a little proud. I know I did something brave. I posted my recordings online yesterday. I shared the truth about what my family really does behind the camera. Now everyone is seeing what really happens. I feel scared, but I also feel like I have to keep going. It's morning. I sit on my small bed and look at my phone. I see messages from my online supporter, Lisa. She writes, "You did the right thing. Be careful. Stay safe." I nod slowly. Her words make me feel stronger. I want to keep fighting for the truth. My little brother Sam is sitting at the table. He looks worried. I walk over to him and kneel down. "Are you okay?" I ask softly. He nods, but doesn't say much. His eyes are big and scared. I know he's still trying to understand what's happening. I put my hand on his shoulder. "We are safe for now," I tell him, "but we need to be careful. We can't let them hurt us again." Just then, I hear my mother yelling from the kitchen. Her voice is loud and sharp. I freeze for a moment. I remember the recordings I made. I remember her angry words, her threats. I think about what she might do now that everyone has seen the truth. I walk quietly to my room and sit on my chair. I close my eyes and try to breathe slowly. I want to be brave. I want to protect Sam and myself. Suddenly, my phone buzzes again. I look at it. It's a message from Lisa. She says, "Your videos are getting a lot of views. People are talking about your story. Keep safe. Be careful what you say next." I feel a little nervous. I know that the family is upset. I can see it in their faces when they come near me. My mother keeps looking at her phone and talking quietly on the phone. My father looks worried but quiet. Sam is holding his small teddy bear tightly. I decide I need to think carefully. My goal is to tell the truth, but I also have to stay safe. I start writing a new message to Lisa. I ask, "What should I do now? Should I say more, or should I stop for a while?" While I write, I hear my mother come close. She knocks on my door softly. Her face looks tight and angry. She says, "Come out here. We need to talk." Her voice is cold and strict. My heart beats faster. I look at Sam. He looks scared, but also brave. I take a deep breath and stand up. I walk slowly out of my room and go into the living room. My mother stands there, her arms crossed. She looks at me with angry eyes. She says, "You think you're so clever. You think you can ruin everything. I feel brave, but also very small. I want to tell her I am only telling the truth, but I know that might make her more angry. She steps closer and shouts, "You will never stop us. You think you can just tell everyone our secrets? You will pay for this." Her voice echoes in the room. I stand still and look at her. I want to cry, but I hold back. I remember what Lisa told me. Be brave, stay calm, speak the truth. I take another deep breath and say softly, I just want people to see what really happens. I want them to know the truth. For a moment, she looks surprised. Then she screams, "You are a terrible girl. You will regret this." She turns away and walks into the kitchen. I look at Sam. His face is pale. I hold his hand gently. "We did the right thing," I whisper. "We told the truth. I know I am not finished. There are still more things to do. I need to be careful, but I also need to keep fighting. I want the world to see the real story, not the perfect pictures the family shows, but what really happens inside." That day, I spend time planning. I think about how I will share more recordings. I want to show people the real family behind the camera. I also think about safety. I tell Lisa I will be careful. I will not let them catch me or stop me from telling the truth. I look at my brother and smile a little. "We are strong," I say. "We will get through this." In the afternoon, I go outside for a walk. The sun is shining, but I feel a storm inside me. I know the family is angry. I know my mother might try to scare us more. But I also know I am brave enough now. I am not just hiding anymore. I think about what I want most. I want us to be safe. I want people to see the truth. And I want us to be free from their control. That night, I sit quietly and write in my journal. I write about everything I saw and heard today. I write about my hope to have a better life one day. I write about the courage I found inside me. As I close my journal, I think about the future. I know it will be hard, but I also know I am not alone. I have Lisa, my brother, and myself. We will keep fighting for what is right. And I promise myself, I will never stop telling the truth, no matter what happens next. Because the truth is stronger than lies, and someday everything will be better. I go to sleep feeling a little lighter. Tomorrow is another day, another chance to be brave, another step toward a better life. I sit quietly in my small room. My heart beats fast. I have just finished uploading my videos online. The truth is out now. People all over the world can see what my family really is. I feel a strange mix of feelings. Part of me feels proud. I finally told the truth. But another part feels scared. I worry about what my parents will do next. It is quiet in the house. I know my parents are angry. I can hear their voices from the living room. They don't know I'm listening. I listen closely. My mother is shouting, "Why did she do this? How can she ruin everything?" My father says nothing. I think he feels tired and confused. Maybe he knows my mother is too angry, but he never stops her. I take a deep breath. I know I did the right thing. I want everyone to see the truth. Still, I feel nervous. What will happen now? Suddenly, there is a loud noise. It is my mother hitting something. I hear her yelling. She is more upset than before. I peek out of my room. I see her pacing back and forth. Her face is red with anger. She looks at her phone and then at me. Her eyes narrow. She says, "You think you can control everything? You think you are smart?" I step back slowly. I do not want to make her more angry. I want her to calm down. But I know she won't. Not now. She walks towards me quickly. Her hands are clenched. Her voice is sharp. "You will regret this. You think you are brave? You are nothing. Just a child." I feel my stomach tighten. I want to cry, but I hold it back. I stand tall and look at her. I say quietly, "I only want the truth to be seen. People need to know what is really happening." She laughs, a cold, harsh laugh. "You think the world cares? They only care about your stupid videos. But I will make sure everyone forgets. You will see." She grabs a nearby chair and knocks it over. She yells more threats. I turn and run back into my room. I close the door tight. I lock it and sit on my bed. I think about everything I have done. I have recorded my family's secrets. I have shared them with strangers. It was scary, but I know it was right. I hear my little brother crying in his room. I want to go to him, but I am afraid my mother might see me. I decide to wait a little longer. After a while, I hear her footsteps. She leaves the room, but I can still hear her muttering. She is angry and loud. I stay quiet and try to breathe slowly. I pick up my phone. I look at the videos I posted. I remember how brave I felt when I pressed upload. I think about what comes next. I decide I need to be careful. My parents are not happy. They will try to stop me, but I will keep going. I will keep telling the truth, no matter what. I hold my phone close. I tell myself I am strong. I did what is right. I want to help others see what is really happening behind all the fake smiles. I know this is only the start. My family's secrets are out now. The world will see who they really are, and I will keep fighting for justice, even if I am scared. Tonight, I will stay quiet and watch. I will listen. I will be ready for what comes next, because I believe in the truth, and I know that the truth can set us free. I sat in my small room, feeling my heart beat fast. I had just uploaded the videos online. The videos showed what really happened inside my family. I was scared, but I also felt strong. I knew the truth was out now. I looked at my phone again. People from all over the world were watching. Comments were coming in, some saying they believed me. Some said they were angry at my parents. I felt a strange mix of pride and fear. My mother was at home. I knew she would be furious when she saw what I did. I could hear her shouting downstairs. It sounded loud and angry. I wanted to hide, but I also wanted to face her. I took a deep breath. I knew I had done the right thing. I was tired of hiding. I wanted to be brave. Suddenly, I remembered what Lisa told me. She said, "You did a brave thing. Be careful now. Your family might be very angry." I nodded to myself. Lisa always knew how to make me feel stronger. She was right. I had to be careful. I looked out my window. The street was quiet. But inside, I felt a storm. My mom's loud voice came from downstairs. She was yelling at my dad. I knew she was angry about the videos. She didn't want the world to see her like that. I could see her moving quickly, pacing and shouting. In that moment, I thought about my little brother Sam. He was hiding in his room. I wanted to go to him and tell him everything was going to be okay. But I also knew it was dangerous to talk openly now. My parents might get even angrier or try to stop us. Suddenly, I heard my mother come upstairs. Her footsteps were heavy. I had to hide my phone fast. I stuffed it into my pocket and pretended to be busy with my school books. I didn't want her to see what I was doing. My heart pounded. I could feel her coming closer. She pushed open my door. Her face was red with anger. "What are you doing?" she snapped. I tried to stay calm. "Nothing," I said softly. She looked at me closely. "Were you on that computer again? Are you making trouble?" I nodded slowly. I didn't say anything more. I knew she was trying to scare me, but I also knew I had already said enough. I had shown the world the truth. I was no longer afraid to speak. My mother's eyes flashed with anger. She yelled, "You think you can just do whatever you want? You're in big trouble now." I stayed quiet. Inside, I felt a little scared, but I also felt proud. I had taken a big step. I had used my voice. I had shared what I knew about the truth. That made me brave. After she left the room, I sat back down. I looked at my phone. More comments kept coming. Some people said they were proud of me. Some said they would help. I smiled a little. Maybe I wasn't alone. Maybe more people would listen. But I knew this was just the start. My family would not give up easily. They might try to hide or lie again. They might get even angrier. I had to be ready. I looked at my little brother, Sam. He was still hiding. I wanted to go to him, to hug him and say, "It's okay now. We are telling the truth. We are not afraid anymore." But I knew we had to stay quiet for a little while longer. We had to be careful. I took out my recorder again. I knew I had more secrets to keep safe. I also knew I had to find a way to stay safe. I wanted to help my brother, and I wanted the worried to know the real story. As I sat in my room, I thought about what Lisa said. She told me, "You are a hero. You have a voice. Use it wisely." That made me feel better. I decided I would keep fighting. I would continue to tell the truth no matter what. I looked at my phone one last time. The world was listening. My story was changing everything. It was making people see the real side of my family. I felt a small hope inside me. Maybe, just maybe, this would bring real change. The night was coming. I knew my parents would be very angry, but I also knew I had already won something important. I had spoken the truth. I had shown that even a small voice can be loud enough to make a difference. And I promised myself I would keep going. I would not stop until everyone knew what was really going on inside our family. Because the truth is stronger than any secret. And even in the darkest night, hope can shine bright. I sit on my bed looking at my phone. It's quiet now, but I can still feel the weight of everything that happened. I just posted my videos online. I shared what my family has done. I know it's dangerous, but I also feel a little brave. I finally told the truth. My hands are a little shaky. I am afraid of what my parents might do. But I also feel strong. I know I did the right thing. I take a deep breath and look out the window. The sky is gray, but I feel a small spark inside me. My little brother is sleeping in the next room. I hope he is safe. But I want to protect him. I remember when I recorded him crying during one of their punishments. It hurt to see him like that. But now I see that maybe, just maybe, things can change. Suddenly my phone vibrates. I pick it up quickly. It's Lisa, my friend. She writes, "You did it. The videos are out. How do you feel?" I think for a moment. I want to tell her I am scared, but also grateful. I type back, "I feel scared but proud. I hope it helps. They can't hide anymore." Lisa replies, "I believe in you. You are very brave. Remember, you are not alone." Her words make me smile a little. I know she is right. I am not alone. I have the truth, and I have support. But I also know my parents are angry now. I can imagine them yelling and planning their next move. I hear my mother's voice in my head, full of threats. I see my father's face, looking worried but not stopping her. I stand up and walk to the mirror. I see my face, tired but determined. I say to myself, I will not go back to hiding. I will keep fighting for us. My mind jumps to my brother. I want to protect him even more now. If my videos make them angry, I know they might try to hurt us or scare us more. But I will not let that stop me. I want him to be safe. I want us to be free someday. I sit back down and look at my recordings again. I see my mother shouting, my father silent but tired, my brother crying. It all feels so terrible, but it also feels like a kind of power. Power to show the world what's really happening. I remember the promise I made to myself, to tell the truth no matter what, to stand tall, even when they try to push me down. Just then my phone rings. It's Lisa again. "Listen," she says softly. "People are starting to see your videos. Some are angry at your parents. Others want to help. You are giving hope to others who are suffering. That makes me feel warm inside. Maybe I am not just fighting for my family. Maybe I am helping others too. But I also feel a strange sadness. I know this is not over. My parents are still angry. They are trying to hide their shame, but I know the truth is out now. Nothing can go back to how it was before." I look around my room. My thoughts are racing. I want peace, but I also want justice. Then I hear a noise. It's my mother shouting from downstairs. She's calling everyone to come into the living room. I know I need to stay calm. I quietly grab my phone and hide it in my pocket. I take a deep breath. I tell myself, I did what I had to do. I told the truth. Now I must be brave and face whatever happens next. I quietly walk out of my room and into the living room. My parents are waiting there, their faces tight with anger. My little brother sits nearby, looking scared. My mother points at me and says, "You think you are so smart? You think you can embarrass us?" I look at her and say softly, "I only want the truth to come out. People need to see what really happens here. I want everyone to know." My father looks at me, his eyes tired. He says nothing. I see the pain in his face. I hope he feels some of the truth I shared. My mother's face tightens. She steps closer and says, "You will regret this. We are your family. You can't just ruin us." But I stand tall. I feel a little stronger now. I say, I am not afraid anymore. The truth is more important than your lies. The room falls silent. I know my words have made them angry, but I also know I have started something big. I look at my little brother. I want him to see that finally someone is fighting for us, that we are not alone. I quietly turn to go back to my room. I feel tired, but I also feel hope. I know I have done a lot. I have shown the world what is really happening. As I close my door, I think about what comes next. I don't know everything, but I know one thing. I will keep fighting for justice, no matter what, because everyone deserves to be safe and to tell their story. And maybe, just maybe, someday things will get better, because I have courage now, and I will never stop trying to make things right. I wake up in my small room. My hands tremble as I hold my phone. I just posted the recordings online. Thousands of people have seen the videos. I feel tired, but also proud. I finally told the truth, but I am also very scared. I wonder what my parents will do now. My brother Sam is lying next to me. He looks worried, but he doesn't say anything. I hold his hand gently. I want him to know I am here for him. We have been through so much. We are both hurt, but maybe now things can get better. Outside, I hear my mother yelling. I know she is furious. She doesn't like that everyone saw her real face. I hear her yelling at my father. I don't want to listen, but I can't help it. It's like her words bounce into my ears through the thin walls. I look at my phone again. Messages are coming in. Some are kind and hopeful. Others are mean and angry. I see a message from Lisa, my online supporter. She writes, "You did the right thing. You are brave." That makes me smile a little. I need that strength right now. But I also see worries from myself. What if my parents come into my room? What if they try to stop me? I take a deep breath. I know I cannot stay silent anymore. I have to keep going. Suddenly, my dad knocks on the door. His face looks tired and sad. He says softly, "Can we talk?" I feel my heart beat faster. I want to tell him that I am scared and angry. I want to ask him why he didn't stop my mother, but I don't know what to say. My dad sits beside me. He looks at me with tired eyes. He says, "I saw what you did. I am sorry. I wish I had been stronger. I wish I had helped more." His voice is quiet. I look at him. For a moment, I feel a little hope. Maybe he isn't all bad. But then, I remember all the pain. The times they hurt us, made us feel small, made us cry. I want to believe he is sorry. I want to believe he will help us now. But I'm still scared. My mother comes into the room. Her face is hot with anger. She yells, "You are making a mess. You are ruining our family." She steps closer. Her eyes are full of rage. I stand up slowly. I want to be brave. "Mom," I say softly, "people saw the truth. They saw how you treat us. We can't hide anymore." My voice is steady. I want her to know I am serious. She screams, "You think you are so smart? You think you can stop me? I am the boss here." She tries to grab my arm. I pull back. Sam huddles behind me, trembling. My dad looks at her. He seems tired and lost. I see pain in his face. I want to tell him, we are not alone. We are not weak. But I don't say it out loud. Instead, I stand tall and say, I will tell the truth. I will keep showing everyone what really happened. I feel something inside me. It is like a small fire that keeps burning. I know I cannot go back to hiding. I have to keep fighting. For me, for Sam, and for everyone who needs to be heard. Later that day, I sit with Sam and Lisa online. We talk quietly. Lisa says, "You did a brave thing. Now everyone knows. The truth is out." I look at my brother. He nods slowly. I feel a little stronger. I know more trouble might come, but I also know I am not alone. I have told the truth. That makes me feel free. As I look outside my window, I see the sky turning dark. It's a new beginning. The family's mask is broken. The world has seen what lies beneath. I take a deep breath and smile. I am ready to face whatever happens next. because I know now that the truth can set us free, and I will keep speaking out no matter what. This is just the start. I will fight for a better, honest life, and I will never go back to hiding in fear. I am brave, and I will be heard.